So something that is super, super powerful, and I've seen Perry Marshall do quite a bit. I see other people using this as well. And something that you should consider is combining both an unconditional and a conditional guarantee. The unconditional guarantee, frankly, keeps you in the clear with just doing clean business, and also prevents you from doing something that's going to get you in trouble with one of the alphabet agencies that could come and give you a really hard time. But then the conditional guarantee, again, provides all the other benefits. And now you can call it a double guarantee, or possibly a triple guarantee. If you have, for example, an unconditional and two conditionals, that's a triple guarantee. So what might this look like? So you might start with a 30-day, try it and you must love it, or your money back guarantee. That's the unconditional part, right? So anytime in the first 30 days, they don't even need to have a good reason. They just change their mind. And then there's a further 90-day, show us you sent 3 outreach emails the way we show you. And if you didn't get a 6-figure coding job, we'll give you your money back. Okay, that's another fictional example that I made up, but this would be, show us that you did something. So if you're past that 30-day guarantee, all you have to do is just show us that you took action. And if you didn't get the result, then here's what we're going to do. So that brings us to the promise. What are you going to do if your product or service doesn't deliver the results, the outcome that the person wants? How are you going to reverse the risk for the person listening to the guarantee? So promises. First one is money back. You've heard this a bazillion times. 30-day, 100% satisfaction, money back guarantee, right? It's okay. It's pretty good. More than your money back. So this could be your money back plus $100. It could be double your money back. It could be 10x your money back. Obviously, the more bold you are, the more attention you're going to get, but also the more risk that you're taking on. So be careful with something like a 10x money back guarantee. Okay, another promise would be no commitment, quit anytime. So this would be for something where it's a subscription or monthly recurring or even annual recurring. Hey, you can quit anytime. If it's not living up to its promise, you're not bound to it. You can quit anytime. So for example, deadline funnel. First of all, there's a guarantee that you can come in and try it risk-free with no cost for 14 days. And then there's a 30-day, no questions asked, you got to love it, money back guarantee. And then after that, you can quit at any time. You're not legally bound to commit, you're not committed to a year unless you choose to do an annual deal that gets you a discount. But if you're on the monthly plan, there's no commitment. You can quit anytime. And then another one is, we will work to make it right. So a fictional example that I'll make up, and then I'll give you a real one. A fictional example might be if you're hiring a CPA firm, an accountant, to find you tax savings. They might say, look, if you're ever audited by the IRS, our team of experts will go to work to defend you for up to 2 years, right? We will work, or we will hire a law firm, or we will put $10,000 towards an attorney to help defend you if the IRS brings you under the microscope. So here's another example, LifeLock. If you look at point number 4, it says, if you become a victim of identity theft, one of our US-based agents will work to fix it. So that's an example of we will work to fix the problem. Now, naming your guarantee. A lot of times, describing the guarantee is great, but you also want to give it a powerful name. So for example, Casper, which I've shown you that example a few times, labels theirs or brands theirs the 100 nights trial period. Zappos calls it the run limited guarantee. That one I don't love so much. Actually, I think they call it the 30-day run limited guarantee. Run limited doesn't really mean that much, whereas the one prior, the 100 nights trial period, that's a very specific one. You don't have to understand, they're not making up new words. You understand what a 100 nights trial period is, but it's branded. It really captures your imagination. Okay, they're not just calling it 100 days or calling it 100 nights because you're going to sleep on it. All right, so moving on, there's the empty jar guarantee. Hey, use it, send us back. If you're not completely satisfied, send it back, even if the jar is empty. That's our empty jar guarantee, and we'll give you your money back. All right. And so that's, rather than a 30-day money back guarantee, it's, hey, use it up in the first 30 days. You can send us back the empty jar and we'll give you your money back. So it just captures the imagination of, that's how confident we are that you can send back the jar empty. Like, you're almost daring someone to take advantage of you. But that's how confident you are in the results that you're going to deliver. And then there's something like, again, I'm making this up, but my $10,000 double guarantee. So I mentioned this before, but if you have an unconditional combined with a conditional, let's say the conditional one is, hey, you've got to be making $10,000 in the first 90 days, let's just use, if you follow these steps, and shows that you follow these steps in the first 90 days, you've got to make $10,000 or you get your money back. But there's also an unconditional 30-day money back guarantee on the front of it. So now that's a double guarantee, and maybe you call it my $10,000 double guarantee. Or the 10 by 10 by 10 guarantee. Again, I'm just making this up, but the idea goes back to this, hey, if you have 10 employees and you use our special time tracking software for 10 months, then you will save at least $10,000 or we will refund every single penny. So maybe you call that the 10 by 10 by 10 guarantee, right? So you're coming up with a name that captures people's attention, because let's face it, if you just said, hey, 30-day money back guarantee, 30-day satisfaction guarantee, this has been so overused that it really doesn't stand out. Now, I think we're going to end with the anti-guarantee guarantee. So in some cases, you might want to say, listen, you don't want to know what the guarantee is? The guarantee is there is no guarantee. I guarantee nothing. Now, why would you do that? Well, in some situations, if it's concierge, high touch, high investment, you need to protect yourself. And you don't want to engage in some sort of client services if it's going to require a lot of man hours, if you're offering some super aggressive guarantee. Another one is takeaway selling, exclusivity. So that would kind of sound like, look, if you're the type of person that needs a guarantee, then this isn't right for you. So you can kind of sense how I'm kind of pulling it away from you. And it's a little bit more exclusive. Look, this is not for the type of person that is looking for a guarantee. I'm looking for the type of person who's going to dive in, become a partner with us, and really put in the time and effort. Okay, so it's a bit of takeaway selling and exclusivity. Also, let's face it, when you don't have a guarantee, it's going to help to encourage compliance early in the relationship. Now, why would you want compliance? You would want compliance if, in order to deliver the results for the client, they actually have to take steps to do stuff. This is pretty common in things like consulting work or client services work. So, for example, if you're building a website for someone, a lot of times it's very difficult to get someone to actually send you the assets and resources that you need to do the work that you said that you were going to do. So if you offer a really aggressive guarantee, it might help you get the business, but it's going to be difficult to get compliance. Whereas if you say, look, there is no guarantee, you're much more likely to get someone who's going to be all in and give you their full attention and actually take steps aggressively to help you deliver those results, because they know there is no guarantee. Like, if they delay, it's on them. To reduce the number of applicants. So again, going back to exclusivity, if you're a one man or one woman show, or you have a very small team, and part of your intake process requires people to fill out an application, and it takes time to actually go through the applications and do interviews to filter for the right types of clients, and you want to reduce the number of applicants, one thing that you can do is you can say, look, I want to be very clear. This is not for you if you're the type of person who needs a guarantee. We're the best, and the best don't need to offer a guarantee. You're going to reduce the number of applicants, but that might be a good thing, because by not having a guarantee, you're probably going to increase the quality of the people who are stepping forward, especially if it's a fairly high investment. Also, as a signal of premier quality and market leadership. I kind of mentioned this before, but it could be worded as, look, we're the best, and the best don't need to offer a guarantee. We're going to deliver, like we've been doing this for 50 years. We know what we're doing. That's why we have these amazing case studies. If you're the type of person that needs a guarantee, this probably isn't right for you. But if you're looking for the best, let's get started and let's sign up. So you're signaling confidence, premier quality, and market leadership. And also to be different, to get noticed. So if everyone in your marketplace is offering aggressive guarantees, it helps to be different in some way. And one way that you can be different is to say, you know what, we don't offer a guarantee. And you work on positioning it in a way that helps you stand out. And again, promotes exclusivity, signals that you are the highest quality and that you might be the market leader. So coming up next, we're going to switch from talking about guarantees, and next we're going to talk about special pricing and discounts.